everyone. Hang on a minute. Quick drink. We made it. Not too late. Oh, yeah, we are late. Sorry about that. Last minute thing, shoving food in my mouth. But hey, we got a fun day for you. Look at all the prizes we're going to give away today. Heidi and her prize patrol. Ooh, some of these are heavy, Heidi. Let's see how many we have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Look at all these goodies. They're all going to go to good homes. All right, let's see how many I got. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 prizes today to celebrate Christmas. I got to push this in my pocket. And I had to go to the bathroom and take all this off. You're like half naked in the bathroom. It's just weird, right?
Yeah, it is weird. It's like having a swimsuit on.
So Santa's bag here, I'll put all these in there. So how are you going to win today? You're going to comment away, and Heidi's going to pick winners based on nothing. She's going to pick winners. She's going to be really random about it today, aren't you? Yeah. Okay. So there's no tricks you got to do to win today. But Heidi has gone above and beyond on the prize patrol here for her. So let's give a round of applause for Heidi.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
And I am joined here today with Kaylee. They're my producers, right? You're producing this show. And then Jessica's over there manning all your questions and comments and anything else she can insert in there. So today is going to kind of be hodgepodge. I'm just going to be like, yeah. I got a couple things to talk about. But mainly, I just wanted to kind of like calm down to the end of 24, kind of maybe talk a few little things about things that we can be excited for 25. Super exciting things for 25. And, so while you're jumping on and making some comments, ask some questions if you want. We have a new way of highlighting questions. So I'm going to go through the boring notes. They're not boring. I know. All right. So I just want to talk about holiday hours first and foremost, because I don't want you to make a drive here when we're not here. And I like that my employees have some time off. I don't like it that, just because we're a retail, we don't have to follow all the retail rules around here. We can make up our own rules that are nice to our employees. So we will be closed the 24th, 25th, and 26th. So we are giving our employees a day after Christmas off as well. And then we will open on Friday for Friday. And then, so that's the 27th. And then Monday, the 30th through the Friday, January 3rd, we will be closed for our website. So we will be here, but we won't really be open. So that's kind of hard because a lot of times we'll get people from out of town who don't really know us and they're stopping. And, so sometimes we're able to let them in and sometimes we're not. But don't count on that. And then Wednesday, the 1st through the 3rd, we are also, what is that, closed there? The 1st through the 3rd, right?
Yeah, for inventory.
Yeah, so we're closed all that time. And then the 31st, the store is closing at 2 o'clock. So I'm kind of hodgepodging, messing this all up here. But there's what it is. Snapshot that if you're traveling or coming around here. These are our hours for the holiday season. Okay. Oh, here we go. Let's just do this. And then I just want to remind you about the PDF that is available on lisabongean.com. It is under free patterns. And it is all the things to do with the panels, the Santa, the snowman, and the new fall one that will be coming shortly next year. And it's just a lot about, like, how do I work with this panel and all the things, all the questions that I got through this time making these panels. And then just great information on that, all in one spot, free PDF for you. And then we have some opportunities for you to come to stay at the gathering. And maybe, maybe you can't afford to come for a long stay, and maybe a short stay might be something that will help you. So on Friday, January 24th through the 25th, we are having a one-night sip, sew, shop, and stay. So for $200, you get to stay here and have 2 full days of stitching in our great hall at the gathering. So you will get a wine tumbler for coming. And you get the open sew, homemade treats for both days, lunch and dinner, and brunch on Saturday morning at 10. Okay? So call the gathering if you want to come for that awesome opportunity. And then we have Love Is All You Need coming in February 8th for the wool session, February 10th for a cotton session, meaning a quilt, no wool. Some people are allergic, some people don't do wool. And hey, you can come to both too. So remember that. You don't have to just pick one if you do both. So all that information is up there. And then we have a new one called Cabin Fever. And this is March 3rd through March 7th, a week-long retreat with me. And we will start classes from 10 to 4 every day. You can come if you're a day student and go home in the evenings, but it's not as fun. I'm telling you, you miss out on a lot of the stuff. So come join us for that in March. We will be showing projects as soon as they are done, but it won't be for a little bit yet, probably about a month and a half before we will have projects for that. And then, wait, I got to just see something here. I don't want to talk about this one yet. Let's do the quilted coat. There are some openings for that. And that is May 5th, July 11th, and August 4th. And I wore my coat the other night. Wow. Like I said, people just lose their minds over that. And then they know automatically who I am too. They recognize, oh yeah, you're that quilt lady. I'm the quilt lady in my town, just so you know. It's kind of weird. All right. All things pumpkin. This is in August. So there's some more things going on here. August 7th, August 9th, wool and cotton session. Winter Wonderland. That is the December retreat. Don't wait to sign up for that. I know a lot of people from Naughty or Nice already signed up for that one. Our Naughty and Nice Christmas one is already filled. Our Red, White, and Blue one is already filled. Because once people start coming, they have so much fun, they just book right away again. So like Winter Retreat and Log Cabin, those might be ones where new people can get in those, and that might be their annual retreat here at Primitive Gatherings. And then I want to just remind everybody, I know some of you got this during our Primitive Christmas event, and it's a calendar of all what we have going on this year. So it's super cool to have this, whether you're local or not, so you know what's going on. And Heidi's going to do a blog post before the end of the year and put this on there so you can print this out if you did not get that from our Christmas event. But I really like this. This stays in my book here. So I know what's going on at Primitive Gatherings all the time too, because there's a lot going on. It's hard to keep track, right? Okay, so let's talk about some. Well, do we want to ask the questions first? Do we want to get rid of those so they're not too far behind in the feed, or is it easy to bring up?
When I'm doing banners, I can't look for comments.
Okay.
So
I know you. Did you star that one?
It was like the second comment in a whole line about the holiday boxes shipping. Oh no, about the block number 10 for Christmas countdown.
Okay, yeah, let's go through a couple questions quick. Let's get the business out of the way before we talk about some new stuff. So just while Kaylee's looking, I just want you to all know that we did, prior to this, today, we went and filmed our blue and white quilt show for you all to see. And we are going to release that on Christmas Eve morning. We thought that would be a nice time for you to maybe take a little time for yourself before the busy holiday begins. And just, watch for your quilt if you're in the show, or enjoy all the blue and white quilts. It's going to be more than an hour long video when you do watch it. So many beautiful quilts. So many beautiful quilts. And look, I took somebody's quilt from the show and took some photos with it out in the snow. Little lightly snow. So just so you know, look to see whose quilt I borrowed for that opportunity.
you have? I don't know. I don't know. She might have taken it down. I can't find it either.
Do you remember what it was about?
I remember.
Oh, I think it was about 10. It was about the countdown to Christmas berries on the Christmas tree. I did those with a number 5 pearl cotton, and I think I doubled the thread, like looped and put a knot in it, and I made colonial knots with 0775. And that's how I made those look like berries or ornaments on the tree. So that was the question I think somebody wanted me to ask. You want to give me that? And then I know, yep, tosser.
Just want to remind everybody not to show it until after the first of the year.
All right. This is our holiday gift box that's going, it's left the building.
Some people are getting it. I saw some.
All right. So, yeah, so our pretty boxes finally arrived. We got this in the mail all in one day. They worked their little buns off downstairs to load all these. You got to make them too. So these come flat on a pallet, and everybody back there has to fold and make these boxes. And then we have to stuff them full of all of your goodies. And we will be going through what's been in the box after the first of the year. So please don't share this anywhere. It's kind of a secret. Some people, this is their Christmas present to themselves or for their wife or to their quilting friend. So we ask that you don't share yours on any social media yet until after the new year, okay?
And there's no more left, so.
Yep, they're all gone. So good job. We sold them all. They're gone. And look for some new stuff next year. We're going to kind of revamp and do some new exciting things for some of our subscription boxes. I'm pretty happy about that. We finally made some great decisions. The fabric has arrived for our ongoing quilt project in the quilt box. So I know Amy's down there cutting, so we can get it off to our sample maker, Alicia, the designer. And I just want you to know it's made using Pam Buddha's fabric line, along with, we're using one of my itty bitty backgrounds that are coming in February. So we're cutting it close for you to order that background, but you know, you got 2 months. Those boxes go every other month, and it's a whole year project. So if you want to wait for some of the same background that we used, we're going to give you some options to order that when that box comes, and that's about the quilt box. And I'm super excited about the wool box. Got some fun stuff for those of you who are staying with me. You know who you are. You're my people. And no matter what, you're hanging around, and we are going to have a blast this year in the wool box the next 2 years. I have figured out a way. I really wasn't going to talk about this today, but hey, here I am. So I figured out a way to put all the borders in the 2025, 26 wool box project. So you won't have to purchase anything but your background for our ongoing wool project. We will have, again, options for you here for your background for that. But just so you know, if I know some of you were not quite happy with the fact that you had to order a finishing kit, but there was no way I was going to be able to put that finishing kit in your box. It was $160. You know, your box is only $70. There's just no way I could do it. So I took your suggestions or your, you know, I don't want to say complaints, your issues, and I figured out how to make sure that we don't have a finishing kit for our next quilt. All right. So I'm pretty proud of that because it's not easy. Okay. So that's a little bit about what's going on in my world right now with the upcoming new boxes and new subscriptions and stuff like that. But I want you really all to know that the beginning of next year, we're going to talk about the wool box and the cotton box, and we're going to show you all what you get for a year. No, I've been asking Jessica to pull everything together for that, and I know she probably does not really like me very much for that, but she'll get over it. Okay, first exciting thing that I want to talk about is, because this is out there in the world now, I have been asked to host some tours, some fun traveling tours in 25 and 26. So we managed to get one on the books for 25. It is not until November, but it's the 3rd through the 11th. And Kaylee put up where we're going. Do you have that one or not?
I don't have that one.
I have it right here. I have it. Okay. I have Scotland. So we are going to go on an Outlander experience in beautiful Scotland. You can't really see this, but it says traveling with Lisa Bongean. So you can go on crafttours.com, and Jim and his crew there have come up with a very cool itinerary for us, all the places that we're going to go. And you all know that I am a crazy Outlander fan, and I've been watching, I think it's season 7 right now, and there's one more episode left. But I want to go to Scotland. It's always been on my bucket list. I only can take 30 people total. So this will
29 because of Shalon.
29 or 28 because Shalon's already going. She's like, I'm going. Her and her friend have already signed up. They're Outlander crazy too. But we go to all of the places in Scotland that have to do with the Outlander show, like Lollybrook and who knows all the other ones. Duke of Songrim's castle and all kinds of things. We're going to go to a tartan wool factory and watch how they make the tartan plaids. So super fun, right? And it's not just for women. You can bring your honey with you as well. We will do one kind of souvenir project with us, but you don't have, Shalon's going, she doesn't sew, but maybe we can get her too. I'm going to do a really cool thistle design for Scotland as a memory of our trip. So if you want to hang out with me in 25 in November, come along. We are going to do a adventure. And just so you know, if you can't do this one, because maybe you already booked something for 25, we have some other things coming up as well. We're going to do a cruise to the Caribbean, and I think that's in April. And we're going to go to France and Greece also in 26. So that's kind of far away, but keep those in mind as well when you're planning your adventures, because we'd love to have you join us if you want to have some fun with us. So that's one of the big announcements I have, yes.
Just remind people that they need to call the craft tours or the cruise.
Yes.
We don't have details.
Yes.
We don't have any of that.
Good thing. All right. So if you want to do anything with this tour, you go to crafttours.com, and then this is already loaded on their website, and you can see all of this information.
And I'm throwing a link in the comments.
Okay, Heidi's putting the link in the comments. So our contact here is, I'm looking for a name, but it's Craft Tours. Their telephone number is 815-663-4046. That's the US. They have UK toll-free. They have Australia toll-free. They have a Canadian one. This is all on their website. So it's crafttours.com, and it's CRAFT1TOURS.com. All right. So Heidi's got a link there as well. You only have to put a deposit down to hold your spot, and then you can pay on it through the year up until, I don't know if it's like 2 months before or something like that. So you don't have to pay for the whole thing right away. Just secure your spot, because like I say, we only have so many spots, and the price goes up in January. There's a pre-sale price that's $500 off right now till I think the middle of January. I'm not quite sure if it's January or February, but I know it's right now to get everybody to save that $500. Super exciting, right? Okay. All right, I have a leftover announcement from Naughty and Nice. So you remember Just Santa? This kit, this project, we only have 2 kits left. I want you to know that this will be gone after that. I have 2 kits sitting right here. So if this interests you, go grab those last 2 kits, and I can take Just Santa home. So if you want to know where to find that, go to our website, type in Just Santa, it will come up. You can order a pattern, you can order only 2 kits we have left here in the house, and they're sitting right here on my desk in front of me. So snag one of those up and they will be over. I want to remind everybody that here's a sneak peek at our mini coming up. It is red and green for the month of December. Super cute right? So that is releasing on the 23rd, which we will be doing another live video on the 23rd, the last one for our countdown quilt along that we're doing right now. And hey, speaking of countdown, thanks so much for posting all of your blocks. It's super exciting. I can't believe how fast this one goes. You know, people are like, oh, I'm already on block 16. I'm like, oh, wow, it's just crazy how fast it goes, right? So I'm done, thank God, with mine. I don't know, it just seemed to take forever for this one. And some of them go really fast for me, but I felt like I was stitching on that thing forever. But it's done. It's ready to go to the quilter. We're defuzzing it, de-pulling, you know, sometimes you got those little red strings, not too many with starching, but I just don't want a red string floating through to the front. You can kind of sometimes see them. So we're just giving it a one good once over, because when you have that solid cream background, a red thread underneath that sitting on top, that batting will show through. So kind of always go over your quilts before the long arm quilter gets them, if they'll be able to show through. If you have a print on it, you hardly ever see it, but the solid ones you do. I'm looking at my notes here, so you know how that is. I don't want to forget anything. Speaking of 25, I can finally talk about this lovely line of fabrics. I'm not going to spend too much time on it, but you'll start seeing it pop up on my social media. This is called Prairie Gatherings. It's the flannel line that's going to come out in August of 25. So these are the prints right here in the pack, but then we have some other ones as well. So we have some panels of pennies already pre-stitched. So there is one of the panels folded in half. And we are going to recreate one of my quilts with this panel. So it comes in cream. Just giving you a little peek because I can't stand how awesome these are. We are currently working on getting these on our website. Some of them are on already for pre-order. Some of them are not. So, but we're working on it right now. So that panel comes in blue and cream. And then also this is just continuous pennies. No, this, oh, can you see this as backing? Oh my God, lose my mind. But this is not 108 wide backing. This is just regular yardage that you're going to have to fussy piece if you want it as backing. We do have 108 wides in this group. And like I said, I'll give you a quick little peek at some of the prints here. So this is kind of like the grays. See if I can poke them out a little more. There are some lights. Here's the solid in there. We want to keep that one always viable. Here's some really, really, really light lights. And this line is super fun because it looks good together. But then I have plans, like, to me, this just screams like winter and snowman and all that kind of stuff. Look at these beautiful blues. And you know, this is flannel. This is flannel. Prairie Gatherings flannels. And then some taupes and some browns. Quick peek. Try not to mess it up too much. And then look at these beautiful oranges. So see some fall here. Some deep saturated orange. And then we also, we have this one print here that I think is like a light that, but not quite light. And then look at the reds. Oh, here, I got a cranberry right here. So I'm looking at how red these oranges look on my screen here, but know that they are nice deep oranges. And then there's some nice deep reds and burgundies. So then this is Christmas. So we have some Christmas fabrics here to work with next year as well. So this whole line of fabric is going to be great to make regular quilts out of. And then I can do some smaller things with just, 4 or 5 fabrics for those different seasons or fall or Christmas or whatever we want to call that.
Do you know when the pre-orders will start?
They can start anytime it's up on our website, right? No?
Not quite yet.
I know they're not there yet, but Jackson's working on it, right?
Yeah, so probably by next week.
Yeah, by next week. So I'm just giving you kind of a quick peek here. I know I'm a little premature because we're not quite ready with all the other stuff we've been working on, getting out all of our Christmas orders and the boxes and all that stuff. But it is like a really cool palette, and it's going to be super fun with all these fun penny designs
What's the
as
name
well.
of the fabric line?
Prairie Gatherings, and it's flannel. All right. Yes, Jackson does rule, right, June? Oh no, that wasn't June. You moved it up on me. Who said that? Leanne. Yes, Leanne said that. And then also a reminder that this fabric line is like the third one for 25. So we have Itty Bitty coming in February, Pumpkin Spice in May. This one, Prairie Gatherings flannel, is August. And then we have one at the end of the year that I'll be able to talk about in a couple months, but not yet. Okay? And then there's a new book out, a new travel book, everywhere you're going in the United States. And you'll know where all the quilt shops and yarn shops, I think it's everything. I think it's any kind of stitchery or needle art workshops in here. And I just want to find Primitive Gatherings, right? Because we did an ad. All right. Maybe right here. These pages are so skinny, they stick together. Is this the right book?
I think is that last
Is this the old book?
Yeah. We have
This is the old book.
The new one coming out.
We're not in it. I mean, we are.
We're listed in
We're listed in it. We don't have the ad. There's a new version. It's downstairs, so I thought this was the new book, but it's not. Sorry. But we do have them. They'll be on our website soon. I know they came in. I think we have 12 of them for sale. Okay. I just got to cross off all my things here that we're talking about. Countdown. All right. Another thing I want to do this year is I am hanging out with my Moda sister, Vanessa Christensen, and I'm going to do her program, and it's called A Year of More. So it's a wellness program workbook. She has a website, vanessachristensen.com, where you can sign up. And if you use the code LISA25, you will get 25% off of your purchase. So we have a nice number of people that signed up the last time I talked about this. But it's like getting to know yourself, getting to know what you want, goals, assessing where you're going, just challenges to push you out of your comfort zone a little bit, because sometimes some of us need a little push. And I need a little push because I'm getting pretty complacent about, not working out, not moving. So that's what I am working on for 25, is sticking with this. And I would love for you to join me. We are going to come up with a name for our group. And I wanted to do something like Moving Stitches, or, come on, Heidi, we got to come up with a good name for my Facebook group about this, like A Year of More. Yeah. So we're going to come up with something like that. We didn't forget. And thank you to all of you who already signed up. Vanessa sent me a little note saying she had a bunch of you already sign up and she's super excited. So thank you for that. All right. And then I don't have, let's see. One of the things I asked for people on my Stitch with Lisa Bongean group was to show me some of their decorating. So I'm going to start off showing you some photos of my Christmas decorating at Anchor Point. That's what we call our house. So I took these at night. So they're not as pretty as when you take them during the day with that artificial light. But my house this year has more of a green and red theme. So it's a lot of green, where in previous years I did a lot of red and white only. But this year I pulled out the greens to go with everything. And we're just going to click through a few of those. And I actually like curated those shelving units this year. Sometimes I don't do that. And I was only lazy in one little spot. And when that photo comes up, don't you just love that little truck, that green truck on that table? Look at that patina on that baby. So I like to go to antique stores and find those old trucks and decorate with them. My couch is doing fairly well this year. It's not too dirty from my people putting all their paws on it. And the dog. All right, so did you see the one? Did I show you the one with the quilt cupboard or no? I didn't give you that one? Okay. Well, anyways, go to Instagram. There's some more photos there. I showed the quilt cupboard with quilts in it, and they're not Christmas quilts. They're all gray. I was too lazy to move them all. Maybe I'll have some more time. But look at the set that the girls did here for you. So isn't this an antique quilt in the background? And they've got all kinds of greenery. And look at some of these fun things. I got a little present from Moda. What does this say? The best gifts are handmade. Look at this. Isn't that cute? So I'm sure these will be for sale for everybody at some point, unless they're just exclusive gifts for shop owners or designers. Sometimes they do that. You never know. All right, so decorating. Let's talk about some of the other people who sent in their photos. So I think Kaylee, this is what inspired this. So is there any way to get rid of me, or you want me on there? Okay. So when I saw this photo of Barb, she is our shop manager here at Primitive Gatherings. I thought, oh, wouldn't it be cool to get not everybody, or as many people to send Kaylee their decorating photos. And I said, and it'd even be a cherry on top of the sundae if it was a Primitive Gatherings design. But look at how beautiful Dear Santa looks above her fireplace. It's just so sweet. So, and I said to Barb, I don't know if she answered me or not. Did anybody know? Did Barb goof on this, cutting this panel? Because you see how she wrote, yeah, so she goofed and cut the panel too short. So she had to add a piece, and then she added Santa, I can explain. So wasn't that genius? So sometimes when we make a boo-boo, it turns out to be a good boo-boo. In this case, especially. So good job, Barb. We love your Santa above your fireplace. Now look at this. All right, I think that's Zena Crawford. What?
She was here.
Yeah, look at all the work. So she's done her family's presents. I don't know if these are gifts, but I'm betting. So see how she used all those flannels. So now, like I said, I'm super happy because I didn't have any of my flannels this year to use for any of our projects. So I'm trying to really kind of figure out how to have red flannel all year round here at Primitive Gatherings. But thank you, Zena, for showing us your pillows. Those are sweet. And then we have Robin Johnson with a couple photos here. The wool mat on the Singer treadle is, or the treadle, I don't know if it's a Singer, is Love Ya Man. And then I see one of our designs from, is that a wool box or is that a wool box project with the snowman faces and snowflakes? So thank you, Robin, for sending that one in.
And the itty bitty.
There's an itty bitty what?
A little itty bitty on the thing.
Oh, the little itty bitty celebrations on the little thing as well. And look at this. This is called Christmas Time Table Mat, I believe. Some of these I've stitched 20 years ago. It's been that long already, and it's hard to remember the names. But look at how beautiful it looks with the decorated candle in the middle with the greens. Love that, Sandy. Thank you for showing and sending that in to us. Oh, these are the best ornaments I've ever made. These are my favorites. I think it's called Baker's Dozen, Jess? Yeah. Baker's Dozen. And that you made that they're like 3 inches and you make them over a button cover. And then we did the twisted cording to go around the outside. So Tina, thank you for sending those in. Excellent, excellent. And then, oh, I love this table mat. This is like an oval runner. It's not wool. It's wool appliques on homespun. And what was fun about this one is I hand quilted mine using the stripe in the homespun. So maybe Melanie did too. I can't really tell from this photo, but it is so beautiful. Thank you, Melanie, for sending in poinsettia runner. No, I mean, like I said, I can't remember. I don't remember. Poinsettia runner. Okay. Trying my best if you want any of these. Wow, look at this, Matt. Joyful Gatherings quilt along, I think we called this. Beautifully done, Matt. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Is that like, is it on a staircase or what am I trying to see
It's
there?
on a railing above the.
Railing above?
Like,
Okay.
Yeah, looking over into the living room.
Beautiful, beautiful. There, another one too, Lisa Burchard. Aren't these great when you can use them out on in your decorating and just enjoy them and just remember when you were making them and all the fun we had. I love it. And then ornaments. So this is Christian Trader. She was just here at our Naughty and Nice retreat. So there's several different wool ornaments there that we have done. There's like the light bulb ornaments that I think were in Yuletide Gatherings book. And then like the snow globe ornaments as well. And it looks like one from last year's freebie or something like that. Bunch of them in there. Thank you, Kristen. Wow, oh, look at this. This is pretty fantastic. I'm almost jealous. I love stockings. And like, you know, you saw my Believe across my fireplace. This is awesome. So let's see. Did she do like Joyce's trees, Brian? I wonder if she did like the girls in the trees or nope, she mixed it up, it looks like. That is awesome. So thanks, Joyce. Those are beautiful. Those are in the Joyful Gatherings book. Okay. And Winthizer. These are, I think, single patterns from previous pillow designs. Gorgeous. I love the tree and all the red pillows accompanying the other ones. Can't have enough pillows on the couch, right? Thank you, Anne. And Ho 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 was a free pattern on our blog. It probably still is up there free, isn't it?
I don't know.
I think it is. Google Ho 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 on my blog and I think it comes up. Deborah Capron, thank you so much for that one as well. Oh, did we do this in Christmas Fabrics or did she do it in Christmas Fabrics?
Hold on just a minute.
Oh, sorry, I didn't look. Jeff, awesome. Great. Look at how beautiful that, I can't remember the name of this. Jess, you remember it? It's
Garden Stars.
Garden of Stars?
Garden Stars.
Garden Stars. Oh, yes, because we did it with Garden Gatherings. So it's Christmas stars now. But look at, it's like a 9-patch of 8-pointed stars. And look at his beautiful pillows. And is that a teddy bear with some mittens on, it looks like? Thank you, Jeff, for sending that in. And then last, Debbie Chappelle. Oh, look at, she made 2 of the mini trees from last Primitive Christmas and then an extra block for Joyful Gatherings quilt along. That's probably on her bed. I don't get to have that on my bed because it's hanging really high in the shop right now. But I am so happy to have Scandinavian Christmas done and on my bed for this year. So thank you. Wasn't that fun? So always take some photos this year of your decorating, and maybe you can, we don't care if you send last year's photo in, just so you know. So next year, if you want to be a part of our little home deck trunk show here, we would love for you to take some photos. All right. So do we have any questions? Well, see if you can find me some questions while I make sure I didn't miss anything off my list.
I don't think they have questions. They're all just kind of.
They're all just la
about
la.
everything. So here are all the starred questions throughout that I found.
Okay, so let's just start popping some up.
When will the holiday box ship?
They're gone.
Blue and white quilt show.
Quilt show is going to show on the 24th in the morning. We're going to schedule it. Kelly's got to do a little bit of editing because, you know, I sometimes go blah, 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 and don't know what I'm saying. It was long. I mean, it's going to be over an hour long. It took us from like 9:30 to noon to shoot it. So,
How big will 25 Days of Christmas be? She wants to order back.
oh, the countdown. You're going to need 9 yards. Ask me how I know. I just did the backing for it. So it is 85 by 85.
When are
Okay.
you going to do the sneak peek on the wool box from?
I don't always give you a sneak peek. I'm debating. Maybe a little one. Maybe I'll show you the year project.
We're going to talk about everything on January
Yes.
9th.
So on January 9th, it's going to be all about the subscriptions that we do here at Primitive Gatherings. Okay? And maybe a sneak peek.
All right. Have you ever used the roller foot on the Burnett 08?
I have not yet. Don't know yet what it's for, but I will be checking it out. I'm sure if you Google roller foot, there'll some things come up for you. We always forget about Google.
Do you put anything on the back of the squares that you will applicate?
Yeah, so what happened is because of the piecing and them being a little bit more sturdier or what more to them than just the applique blocks, we did put some of our fusible interfacing on the back of each blocks before we pieced them into the quilt. So that was done prior to piecing the quilt. And we'll talk about that next week when we talk about finishing. But good question.
Will Linda Hershka be here in 2025?
She will not. We are going to skip Linda for 25. She's been here a lot in the last couple of years. And we don't really want to schedule something in a time slot where we're not. I'm not saying we had a little bit more of a harder time filling her class this time, which we did. But we want to maybe garner a little bit more need for her class. And we'll probably have her in spring, early, like, March of 26.
How soon is Unity going to start?
At first, okay, so let's look at the calendar here. So let's just be nice to ourselves. And this is what we're going to do. So when do we want to start that? We're off.
So the 13th, yeah.
Yeah. So let's not start Unity until, should we wait until the 16th?
Sure.
Anybody care about that? No. All right. We're going to start Unity on the 16th because on the 9th and 10th, we are going to do our weekend quilt. We're going to move because we're closed and we're doing all kinds of holiday stuff that first week in January yet. That's all our inventory. So we're going to ask that you give us a little grace and we're going to push back our weekend quilt till the 10th. We're going to do the live on the subscription boxes on the 9th. Can we start the Unity on the 9th too? Or should we not? Okay, 16th. The 16th, we're going to start Unity. Okay?
What is Unity?
What is Unity?
Yes,
Unity is going to be our year-long 2025 quilt-along. So we have told people ahead of time what Unity is. You still can participate. You would probably have to, do we have any fabric left or are we completely sold out of fabric or how is that looking?
Give me a second.
She's checking. All right, we have sold out of the pre-ordered backgrounds though, but there's nothing wrong with just picking a background off the shelf. If you have questions about picking that, we can help you here. We can find something similar. Like I suggest there's a lot of fabrics in the Unity fabric line that we chose. There's some there. Pam Buddha has a lot of fabrics that would really work. Here are,
8 yards left of this one,
you could probably eke it out of this one.
and I have 80 yards left of this one.
So 80 yards of the brown with the pink flowers on. To me, this is the neutral. So if you want a girly quilt, you pick the pink. If you want a manly quilt, you pick the teal. Not that it's really manly, but I'm trying to be like girl, boy, and anything else right here. This is totally scrappy. It's got 2 colors in it. It's going to look good with all of your fabrics. It is going to feature half square triangles. We are going to be making thousands of half square triangles. We will be using 1-inch charm papers because we are going to be using 5 and 6-inch squares. Somewhere 5 inches work perfectly fine for the charm paper. If you like a little bit more room on your charm paper, you can cut 6 inches, but you don't need to. And we'll let you know. We'll talk about it once it's going on. It's going to be on for a whole year. You're going to know so much about the quilt along. You're not going to be, you don't need your background for a couple months, like in the middle of February, because ours is not arriving. So we are going to just be piecing triangles, and maybe in February, early February, I'll have you making some blocks. And then we don't need our background fabric, the background fabric, for a little bit yet. So we'll just kind of get a head start making the triangles and then piecing them into blocks. Okay, Jesse's got
40 spots left to get the square.
Okay, so we have 2 options that we're offering. If you want to join our subscription of getting a month worth of fabrics for the half square triangles, because there is 445 different darks and 445 different lights. So we have that up on our website. You will get 4 weeks all in one. So we're doing 12 shipments of them. So we're not shipping every week. So if you can find that under Block of the Months and subscriptions on our website, that's where you can sign up for that. Because maybe you don't want to go through your fabric collection and cut a 6-inch square off of 900 fabrics. You see how that works for you and for me? Although maybe you have some fabrics at home and you want to supplement with you. So there's always things you can do with that. But it's going to be a fun quilt along, and the quilt is going to be amazing, and you're going to absolutely love it. Okay?
All right. Would the wool box be for beginners?
The wool box is always for beginners. Wool is easy. There's nothing hard about wool. There's so many tutorials out there that I've done. You can ask questions with us here. Think about, when we do patchwork, you're trying to like be precise, being, so focused. With wool applique, it's really not. It's more, if your vine is off a little, it's not the end of the world. All right. Things you can figure it out. You just go on. It's all about making iron-on shapes. You iron them, fuse them down, stitch around them, and then you go on from there. Okay? It's very simple. The piecing on the quilts that I usually do for the wool box is not intricate. I don't want to pick a very complicated piecing design for the ongoing projects or any of the projects, because I know that there's a lot of people who aren't quilters in the wool box. So if I do that, it's very simple. I always try to keep that in mind. The other quilt alongs that we do become more complex, and that's where I kind of be like, hey, this is going to be intermediate, or this is going to be advanced, and stuff like that. Great question.
Are there openings in the quilt box?
There are openings in the quilt box. This time of year is when people decide whether they want to stay in or leave the quilt subscription. And most of the time it's because we've given them so many designs they feel overwhelmed. All right, that's the main reason. I get that people are going to drop out. I've had people that have been in since the beginning and they're going to stay in, because just remember, you can always gift these projects, and the discount that you get on these designs is phenomenal. The quilt box is discounted 30% off retail prices. The wool box is discounted 40% off of retail pricing.
Are they quarterly or bi-monthly?
They are every other month. So yes, we did ask you if quarterly would work. However, you didn't want the boxes to increase in price. However, we just threw it out there to see if it would work. But with the project I had in mind for 25, it will not work, especially when I'm putting in borders. Okay? So you're not going to want to miss. And I really appreciate it when people send me an email saying, hey, Lisa, just FYI, I really loved the wool box. I really loved every minute of it. However, you know, I'm so far behind, blah, blah, blah. But it had nothing to do with you or anything or the designs. I love them. It's just I can't keep doing it and I'm overwhelmed.
You have to do anything to stay in.
Nope. You're in until you want to get out, and then you have to give us a month ahead, a box ahead notice. So that's why everybody right now, if they're not everybody, but some of those who maybe not want to continue in 25, they are the ones letting us know that they don't want to continue.
Do they
You're going to regret it though. Half of you are coming back. I know it.
Do they sign up now for the wool box, or do they have to wait till January?
No, I think they can sign up now. You sign up now, you're getting the January box.
And that's it.
Okay, great questions, everyone. All right, Miss Heidi, you got my, we did another hour. That was pretty good. I can talk. I'm going to give the prizes away now. What?
I said, don't we know
Yeah, they're like, oh, come on. Can we just have a 40-minute one? All right, so before I pick the winners, I want to wish everyone a happy Merry Christmas. We really appreciate all that you do for us here at Primitive Gatherings. We couldn't do all the fun stuff that we do here without you at home, on the internet sales, those of you who can walk in our doors. We love seeing your smiling faces. We love hearing from you. So please, keep up, hang out with us as much as possible. I promise that we will give you lots to stay inspired in 25 and going forward. Any other things before we pick the winners and say goodbye and Merry Christmas and all the wonderful things? Nothing? Okay. All right. Here we go, everyone. Debbie Lafayette. Sorry. Sorry. I should know that. He's an explorer. I learned about that in school.
I don't know how you remember that.
I know. We're from Wisconsin. I think there's something, a lot of that here.
Yeah, they wrote on one here, but
Sorry. And I just had to read everybody's name on the blue and white quilt show, and I murdered half of them, okay? Just so you know, I murdered half your names. Please forgive me. Rosie Kreider. I know Rosie. She's from Appleton. Michelle Christine. C. Ackley. Denise Givney. Linda Naller. Audrey Mathers. D.L. Starley. Deborah Sarver.
let me see it.
S.A.R. Aver.
Sorrower.
Deborah, you won.
Deborah Sorrow.
Ann Cooper with only one N. You are going to win all these prizes. Heidi's going to send them to you. Please send your information. Don't forget. We want you to have one of our fun prizes that Heidi put together for you. All right. So from all of us here, Kaylee, Heidi, Jessica, we all wish you a Merry Christmas. And we will see you back here live on January 9th. Seems like forever, but we miss you. Have a good holiday season, everyone. Take care.